Give him this money and these notes, Reynaldo.
I will, my lord.
You would do marvelous wisely, good Reynaldo, before you visit him, to make inquire of his behavior.
My lord, I did intend it.
Very well said. Very well said. Look you, sir, inquire me first what danskers are in Paris, and how and who, what means and where they keep, what company, at what expense, and finding by this encompassment and drift of question that they do know my son, come you more nearer than your particular demands will touch it. Take you as 'twere some distant knowledge of him, as thus: I know his father and his friends, and in part him. Do you mark this, Reynaldo?
Aye, very well, my lord.
And in part him. But you may say, not well. But if be he, I mean he's very wild, addicted, so, and there, put on him what forgeries you please. Marry, none so rank as may dishonor him, take heed of that. But, sir, such wanton, wild, and usual slips, as are the companions noted and most known to youth and liberty.
As gaming, my lord.
Aye, or drinking, fencing, swearing, quarreling, drabbing, you may go so far.
My lord, that would dishonor him.
Faith, no. As you may season it in the charge, you must not put another scandal on him that he's open to incontinency. That's not my meaning. But breathe his faults so quaintly that they may seem the taints of liberty, the flash and outbreak of a fiery mind, a savageness in unreclaimed blood, of general assault.
But, my good lord...
Wherefore should you do this?
Aye, my lord, I would know that.
Marry, here's my drift, and I believe it is a fetch of wit. You laying these slight sullies on my son, as 'twere a thing a little soiled in the working, mark you, your party in converse. Him you would sound, having ever seen in the predominant crimes the youth you breathe of guilty, be assured, he closes with you in this consequence. Good sir, or so, or friend, or gentleman, according to the phrase in the edition of Man and Country.
Very good, my lord.
And then he does this. He does... What was I about to say? By the Mass, I was going to say something. Where did I leave?
At closes in the consequence at friend or so and gentleman.
At closes in the consequence I marry. He closes thus. I know the gentleman. I saw him yesterday, or t'other day, or then, or then, with such and such. And as you say, there was a gaming. There o'ertookins rouse. There falling out at tennis, or perchance I saw him enter such a house of sale, vidilis at a brothel or so forth. See you now? Your bait of falsehood takes this carp of truth. Thus do we of wisdom and of reach, with windlasses and with essays of bias, by indirections find directions out. So by my former lecture and advice shall you, my son, you have me, have you not?
My lord, I have.
God be with you, very well.
Good, my lord.
Observe his inclinations in yourself.
I shall, my lord.
Let him ply his music.
Well, my lord.
Very well. Oh no, Ophelia, what's the matter?
Oh, my lord, I have been so affrighted.
With what? In the name of God.
My lord, as I was sewing in my closet, Lord Hamlet, with his doublet all unbraced, no hat upon his head, his stockings fouled, ungartered and downjived to his ankle, pale as his shirt, his knees knocking each other, and with a look so piteous in purport as if he had been loosed out of hell to speak of horrors, he comes before me.
mad for thy love?
My lord, I do not know, but truly I do fear it.
What said he?
He took me by the wrist and held me hard. Then goes he to the length of all his arm, and with his other hand thus o'er his brow, he falls to such perusal of my face as he would draw it. Long stayed he so. At last a little shaking of mine arm, and thrice his head thus waving up and down, he raised a sigh so piteous and profound as it did seem to shatter all his bulk and end his being. That done, he lets me go. And with his head over his shoulder turned, he seemed to find his way without his eyes. For out of doors he went without their help, and to the last bended their light on me.
Come, go with me. I will go seek the king. This is the very ecstasy of love, whose violent property fordoes itself and leads the will to desperate undertakings as oft as any passion under heaven that does afflict our natures. I'm sorry. Well, haven't you given him any hard words of late?
No, my good lord, but as you did command, I did repel his letters and denied his access to me.
That hath made him mad. Oh, I'm sorry that with better heed and judgment I had not quoted him. I feared he did but trifle and meant to wreck thee, but beshrew my jealousy. By heaven, it is as proper to our age to cast beyond ourselves and our opinions as it is common for the younger sort to lack discretion. Come, go we to the king. This must be known, which being kept close might move more grief to hide than hate to utter love.